module, we're going to look at how you can say that you love doing something. Now, most of you will find this relatively easy because it works in exactly the same way as me gusta, which of course is I like. To say I love would be me encanta. The key sound here is encanta. And just like me gusta, all that will change are these pronouns, but the sound of encanta will remain stationary. Now, because this functions as a modal verb, you can hook on pretty much any verb that you like. So let's go back to a previous one from the picture vocabulary. I wonder if you can remember the verb to swim. Nadar. Now, to express I love to swim, it would be me encanta nadar. How would you say I love to visit you? Me encanta visitarte. I love to talk with you. Me encanta hablar contigo. I love to eat here. Me encanta comer aquí. If you wanted to say I love being here, you would simply use the full verb I love to be here. If you remember, this was the same with me gusta. So how would you say that? Me encanta estar aquí. So as a literal translation, you are saying I love to be here, but this will also stand for I love being here, and this goes for all verbs. How would you say I love being here with you? Me encanta estar aquí contigo. If we put all the angles on one slide, you can see the sound of encanta staying the same all the way down. And just like with gusta, it's only the pronouns that will change to get the different angles. So we have me encanta, I love to. Te encanta, you love to. Le encanta, he, she, or it loves to. Nos encanta, we love to. And les encanta, they love to. Pause if you need a little while longer to study this. The word for right in Spanish is verdad. This also means truth, but for now we're just going to use it in this context of right. For example, you love to eat here, right? This would be te encanta comer aquí, verdad? You'll hear this very often where people are looking for confirmation of what they're saying to you is true. Te encanta comer aquí, verdad? Try using it for yourself. How would you say, you love to dance, right? Te encanta bailar, verdad? How would you say, you love going there? Te encanta ir allí. What is I know? Sé. I know that you love to dance. Sé que te encanta bailar. I know that you love being with her. Sé que te encanta estar con ella. How would you say he, she, or it loves to? Le encanta. What's the verb to walk? Caminar. He loves walking. Le encanta caminar. He loves to study. Le encanta estudiar. He loves to study Spanish. Le encanta estudiar español. How would you say we love to? Nos encanta. We love going there. Nos encanta ir allí. What's the verb to celebrate? Celebrar. We love to celebrate it. Nos encanta celebrarlo. Earlier on in the course, we looked at each day and every day. So each day would be cada día, and every day would be todos los días, but they are interchangeable. You can use one or the other. What I'm really interested in here is this word of cada, so we're going to use this meaning each. The word for year is año. How would you say each year? Cada año. Now say, we love to celebrate it each year. Nos encanta celebrarlo cada año. The verb to work is trabajar. We have 3 syllables. Trabajar. Notice this last syllable in English looks like the word jar, but it has a strong H sound with the J here, so trabajar is to work. How would you say, we love working here? Nos encanta trabajar aquí. What's the verb to go out? Salir. We love to go out. Nos encanta salir. Do you remember how to say the city? La ciudad. Now say, we love this city. Nos encanta esta ciudad. What is they love to? Les encanta. They love to see you. Les encanta verte. They love to visit her. Les encanta visitarla. They love talking. Les encanta hablar. One more. They love having dinner here. Les encanta cenar aquí. So here again we have all the angles on display. As you've seen, it's quite easy because it's working in exactly the same way as me gusta. It's just that the key sound is changing to me encanta. Now let's continue on with would love to. Again, you're going to find this very easy. The sound is me encantaría. So this gives us a nice group. We have me gustaría for I would like to. Me encantaría, I would love to. They're almost like brother and sister modal verbs because they function in exactly the same way. Let's see it all on one slide. We have me encantaría, I would love to. Te encantaría, you would love to. Le encantaría, he, she, or it would love to. Nos encantaría, we would love to. Les encantaría, they would love to. So, encantaría is the stationary key sound, and we're only changing or only playing with the pronouns to get the different angles. How would you say, I would love to see it? Me encantaría verlo. I would love to see him. Me encantaría verlo. Notice that the pronoun of lo can function for both it and him. The same applies with the pronoun of la. This is something we'll practice more of as the course progresses. How would you say, I would love to go out tonight? Me encantaría salir esta noche. I would love to help them. For them, please use the pronoun of les with this verb. Me encantaría ayudarles. In Spanish, you give help to them. So, give help to him, to her, to them. We can add the verb of ayudar into this list that will take le or les. Let's try some more. She would love to visit you later. Le encantaría visitarte más tarde. We would love to do it. Nos encantaría hacerlo. He would love to speak with us. Le encantaría hablar con nosotros. We would love to see you. Nos encantaría verte. They would love to know. Les encantaría saber. They would love to be here. Les encantaría estar aquí. The word for again is otra vez. You'll typically hear it all as one word, otra vez. How would you say, I would love to see him again? Me encantaría verlo otra vez. What about asking this one? You would love to tell him, right? Te encantaría decirle, ¿verdad? She would love to speak with you tomorrow. Le encantaría hablar contigo mañana. What is I know that? Sé que. I know that he would love to buy it for you. Sé que le encantaría comprarlo para ti. We would love to visit you soon. Nos encantaría visitarte pronto. The word for truth in Spanish is la verdad. Remember I mentioned that verdad can mean right in the sense that we've been using it already, or it can stand on its own as a noun. So the truth, la verdad. It's a feminine word. How would you say, I would love to tell her the truth? Me encantaría decirle la verdad. One more. I would love to tell her the truth, but I can't. It's impossible. Me encantaría decirle la verdad, pero no puedo. Es imposible. I'd like to finish this module with one final lesson entitled Like, Love and Plurals. Now we already have our sister or brother and sister modal verbs in terms of me gusta and me encanta. And of course it's very easy to add on full verbs to the end of these. But you'll also find yourself using them often with nouns. For example, how would you say, I like this book? Me gusta este libro. How would you say, I love this book? Me encanta este libro. I like this city. Me gusta esta ciudad. I love this city. Me encanta esta ciudad. Now let's move on to the topic of plurals. When you are referring to nouns in plurals, then me gusta will become me gustan. So an N gets added. And me encanta will do the same. It will transform into me encantan. If we go back, the reason for this is in how the verb functions. Because remember, me gusta is, to me, it is pleasing. The key word there is it is pleasing. So this is what we use when nouns are singular. I like the book. Me gusta el libro. So to me, it is pleasing, the book. However, if we wanted to say, I like the books. So now we are referring to plural, a plural noun. Then it would be, to me, they are pleasing, the books. Again, Spanish wants it all to match. So, me gustan los libros. The exact same thing is happening with me encanta to me encantan. So, once again, how would you say, I like these books? Me gustan estos libros. The word for shoes is zapatos. This is a masculine word, so it's los zapatos. How would you say, I like these shoes? Me gustan estos zapatos. Hopefully you remember to make the change into me gustan, because it's a plural noun. How would you say, I love these books? Me encantan estos libros. I love these shoes. Me encantan estos zapatos. So just remember with me gusta and me encanta, if you are referring to nouns in plural, they will change into me gustan and me encantan. It doesn't matter what the pronoun here will be, so long as you make the change from encanta to encantan or from gusta to gustan.